Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, y'all's channel, Truth Seeking with Veronica. A grand hope to you all. Hey, I'm not going to be on here long. I'm going to put a video in my description, and what I would like for you to do is to ignore any of the foul language, okay? But I believe you need to see this, especially if you have pets, okay? My kettle, my fur baby, has been acting really weird. I mean, Kettle has always alerted me to whatever's around me, okay? Um, has always. But Kettle has been even more alert, even to the point to where when I take him outside for his walk, that he is always eager and excited to do. I mean, we can spell the word walk and he knows what we're saying. And now he stands right there next to me at the threshold, and I have to actually go out before him. Okay, and then when we get to the patio part, which he's usually running out, I mean, he sits there, okay, and he waits until I go past him to let him know it's okay. Is anyone else out there having or seeing issues with their pet babies, with their fur babies? I mean, put it down in a comment and let me know. Because do remember, the animals can see and hear what many of us cannot hear and see. Now, I can say this. For the past, I would say year, or maybe, yeah, I'm going to say about the past year, my dog, Cattle, has always... I would say been sensitive. Kettle is very special to me. And will look around, okay, and how he looks, okay. I'm doing my eyes like how he, how he'll do. And I usually turn my attention toward what he's looking at, okay? And most of the time, let me know if you're the same way. You can feel, you can know, okay? You can know that something is around. I was telling my hubby last night about a dream I had, and I may have had this dream about a month ago, okay? And in this dream, it was just like a quick flash. I don't know where I was. It seemed like the dream didn't have anything to do with what I saw. But you remember that movie Predator, okay, where you can see when it goes cloak, you can still see the little wave. Okay, so that's pretty much what I had a dream about a month ago. Now, usually when you can see in a spiritual realm, when you're awake, okay, first you feel, okay, and many of us have little bells that go off to let us know that something is around, usually if it's not of the Most High, or if it is of the Most High, you would know, okay, because the Ruach HaKodesh will prompt you. But I know many times I have seen kind of like that, like like if you throw a pebble on the water, and how, up against the wall or something, they'll ripple. And of course, I get my oil out and, read my word and demand in the mighty name of Yahushua to get out of my house with the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, okay? Because that's your power, okay? Wielding your sword. But, and also reading Psalms 91. But he's been real clingy, very clingy. More clingy than usual, because we did adopt him when he was 4 months old. He'll be 10 years old on the 25th of this month. And so he's kind of like a Velcro. He was a rescue puppy. And so I've had him since then. But he's even more clingy, okay? More clingy. Like I had said in my other video, I usually, have a gate up in the bedroom. But last night, it was, I did not get much sleep last night because he was whimpering, and he was like calling out to me by the gate. I mean, some of your animals can try to mimic you with speech, okay? Because I had him at a young age. He hasn't been around other dogs. He's not social at all, okay? Not at all. He's very protective over his mommy. But last night I didn't get much sleep. I really didn't. I'm pretty sure you can tell. But I was up with him. I actually removed the gate and put his bed next to me, and he was pantsing a lot, going back in the room, coming back in the bedroom. I mean, I couldn't sleep. I was like, what is going on with him? And so I just started praying, okay? And then I opened my eyes and I just asked the Most High, just show me in the spirit what's going on. Yeah, they're here. The veil is thin, okay? I've always could see, but you can really see now. You can really see now, okay? And then you call on your angels. You ask the Most High to dispatch your warrior angels around you. And let me tell you something. When I start doing that, and when I start seeing, and because I don't have any fear. I done seen too much in my life to have fear, okay? I've seen some things, okay, in the spirit realm that has manifested itself. I've seen it all. It's nothing I feel that could just shake me, okay, because I've seen it all. I've experienced a lot of attacks, okay, all my life. So when I see it, I know it has no authority and no power, and it has no right to be around me, okay? But we do have to understand sometimes where you live, where you stay, sometimes even who is with you can bring things in, and I'm just telling the truth like it is, okay? It's spiritual warfare is what we're at right now, okay? So when I started praying and asking the Most High to dispatch his warrior angels, calling out Michael and Gabriel and Uriel, and asking the Most High, please, Father, give me strength, because I have no fear. Y'all did not give me the spirit of fear, okay, but the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, okay? So, and I saw, and you can see, I was like, it excited me, because it's not like it's the first time, but for what the spiritual warfare that's going on now and how thin the veil is right now, okay, it's very thin. I can see in the spirit, and you can see the light, and you can see the shadows, you can see everything. Now, I'm not crazy, okay? I'm not. If so, I've been crazy all my life, okay? But anywho, and so, and I do have to say, when I say something to my hubby or something, I'm like, okay, there's a lot going on. That's why he's like that. He's whimpering. He's actually trying to talk and whining and very nervous, scary like. And that's not my Kettle, okay? Kettle is a big boy, okay? And he's usually not like that. It seemed like he tries to be protective over me during when he's seeing everything or when he's nervous, but at the same time it's like he needs my protection, okay? And I can understand that, and I did anoint his head with oil this morning. But anywho, so I wanted to tell you something that happened. This was Monday morning, okay? So as you know, I live in Florida. So Monday morning, I was thinking it's around I know I woke up at 5. I was up at 5, and I pretty much just laid there and, thinking, meditating, and asking for interpretations of my dreams, this and that, and, just the normal things that many of us do when we first wake up. And in my being, in my spirit, I was being told to get on up and go ahead and put my coffee on, okay? And I just laid there. I did. I just laid there. And so when I finally got up. I think it's about 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes later. I got up and, checked on Kettle and everything, did my little normal routine. And then I came back into the kitchen to make my coffee. And as soon as I started getting everything together, boom, the lights went out. Okay, and it was like a big boom. Now, I'm looking and I'm like, I know we don't have any transformers over here. What is going on? So I'm thinking, well, maybe someone hit a pole. Okay, so the lights went out. And I went outside. I went outside to look, and I saw already like a truck, a big utility truck down there, like they're fixing the lights or something. I'm like, but this just happened. And, other people were coming out and looking and everything. And I forgot to say the night before that, Kettle wouldn't go outside. And I went ahead and I was outside sitting on the porch, and it seemed like something was in the tree, shaking the whole top of the tree, but I couldn't see anything. And I was like, what is that? I've never seen that. And so it kind of startled me in the inside. Okay, so let's go back forward to Monday morning. And so when I was coming back into the house, the same thing happened in the tree, okay? And some leaves fell, but I couldn't see anything up in the tree. And it was still dark, but we have, I don't know, it's like the moonlight was kind of bright, so we could still see. It's getting dark out here. And I'm trying to get everything in to let you know to be alert and pay attention to your pets, okay? And to stay prayed up, stay in your word, stay repentant, and turn away from those sins and keep those 10 commandments, okay? Because as I had said in a video a while back, the Most High has actually allowed these fallen angels, these things they have created, to be here to judge now, okay? To do what they're going to do. Because there's a lot of people that worship those things, worship little G gods, and these little G gods got their little pets and got I know it's hard to understand that, but they're all over the place. They are all over the place, and they don't have no business with me. Okay, that's all I know for a fact. But so then I went back in the house, and I woke up my husband, because he had dozed back off. And I woke him up and I said, did you hear that? The lights out. There's a truck down there. I thought the pole got hit, but it didn't. And so I just said, well, I should have made my coffee. You know how you fuss at yourself. I should have went ahead and got up at 5 when I said I was going to get up and make my coffee. So what I did, I just laid back in the bed, okay? I was still awake. And then this happened. Now, this was after the lights went off, okay? We heard a big boom, and then we saw like light flash in our window, okay? He's my witness, and he was right there, okay? We talked about it later on that evening, and it was a big like flickering light coming in the window, and then we heard a big growl. It was like, I can't explain. It was like a animal, like a wolf, probably mixed with bear, mixed with a dog, with a violent growl. And after we heard that growl, I think we hear, it's like we heard something else, but it wasn't as loud as the first boom. The first boom that we heard. But anywho, what I'm saying is, there are things in the spirit realm, that with everything that's going on, the people that worship things that are not of the Most High, who have open portals, open doors, they're here. Okay? They're here. And to hear that wasn't in the spirit, that big growl. Okay, we heard it through our window, so we don't know what's going on. And then I come to find out that where I'm at, we have like the, like the next door or something like that. I looked in my email and they had put an alert out like at 4 talking about the Florida Light Company or whatever has said it's about to be a power outage. Weather clear. So I don't know what is going on, but believe me, we're not going to be told. Okay? We're not going to be told. That's why you have to stay prepared. Okay? And you have to pay attention to your pets. And you have to pay attention to the Ruach HaKodesh that is alerting you, directing you, and also comforting you, counseling you, and teaching you. Please excuse, it's getting dark in here, so I'm about to go in the house and start stirring up some dinner. But that's all I wanted to come on and say, that yes, there's some strange things going on. Okay, it's strange things that the Most High has allowed. So I have a video, I believe it's the Spirit of Chaos, and I think it's a third video, part 3. You can go ahead and listen to 1 and 2, but part 3 especially, and it talks about, when you were young or when you were older, if you play with a Ouija board, if you play with the 8-ball, if the thing you shake, if you play Dungeons and Dragons, anything that you've done that was not of the Most High, okay, that you need to go ahead and repent for it. So go ahead and take a look at that video, Chaos Part 3. Go ahead and listen to 1 and 2 also, because that's what's going on. A lot of that energy, with all these so-called, wars, this and that. But anywho, I'm getting hot in here. But go ahead and go take a look at that, and do a comment underneath or check like so it can spread through the algorithm, because people need to know this, okay? So until next time, I love you much. Be Barak to Veronica.